Ford Falcons have extremely plasticky and cheap interiors, and this ranges from an AU Series 1 Futura all the way to an FGX G6E. Every single generation of Falcon has a different thing which stuffs up in the interior, whether it's the door handles, the window switches, the seats collapsing, but there's one thing that they all have in common, and that is their headliners are actual dog shit. So today we're going to be fixing that. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to go over to the materials section, look at all of the crazy materials, find a really funny design for the AU. Making this choice is actually proving to be a lot harder than I thought it would be. I don't know, man. I reckon I found the one, okay? So we're doing it to the drift car because it's a meme. What a meme headliner. So I think I found the one. Alright guys, we just got back home. It's time to go over to the white car and have a look exactly what we need to take off in order to take the headlining out. Upon closer inspection, I realized that it was actually super easy to take the roof lighting out of the AU. First I undid the sun visors and the passenger grab handles, and then I popped off the rear coat hanger thingies. After that, I took the center light out and unclipped the trims covering the seat belts. The last step was taking off the door rubbers, and then it was time for the headliner to come out. Alright Nathan, how was that headliner removal?
Well, it's never going to look the same, I'll put it that way.
We may or may not have tore it in one spot.
And it was folded like a taco. So.
Well, we got it out though. It honestly didn't take long, like 10 minutes start to finish. Alright, it's now the next day and I've brought the headlining to Nathan's house. We have Nathan over here.
Hello.
Ori Mechnik. And I'm gonna be peeling off that cream disgusting looking material and then stripping back the orange stuff. So now that this disgusting is off, we can clean up the orange stuff and stick the new material on. Sunglass holder is a little bit annoying to get out because there's 4 screws holding it in and they're all covered by this flappy thing, so you have to peel it off. It appears like it's on clips, but there's 4 screws. After I ripped the disgusting cream material off, there was a crumbly sticky orange adhesive under it that had to go. The best way I found is to use a brush attachment on a drill and scrub it off. It definitely is a lengthy process, but it is worth it because you shouldn't stick the new headliner on top of the old adhesive. We've done our first step of taking off the orange stuff. As you can see here, the orange stuff is actually really sticky. It's disgusting. Like, my hands are getting stuck together. The toilet brush attachment that we have on there is all stuffed up now, but it's looking good. A lot of it's off. And now I'm going to go over it again and then we should be sweet. We went over it again with the flat brush this time and it was actually a pain to get off. My right arm is killing me. This is what your end result should look like. I've shaken it out. I might blow it off with a compressor. Once the orange stuff was all gone, it was time to spray the adhesive onto the headliner. I wasn't sure how much to put, so I just coated the whole thing. But in hindsight, I should have sprayed half the headliner, laid half the material, and then done the other side. What do you reckon of the headlining design choice?
Brings me back to my childhood.
That was the point. That was the point. That's why I cracked up when I saw it.
Yeah.
Ori, headliner champion.
You need to insert that Captain Sparkle song for like 5 seconds.
Of course, man. Oh, look at that arch. Here we go, guys. This is the almost finished product. Do I recommend doing this yourself? No. Pay someone to do it because it's actually a bastard of a job, to be honest. Just finished the headliner. It's over here. There it is. Not sure whether I'm a fan of the design, to be honest, but the boys thought it'd be funny, so I sent it. I actually covered up the sunglass holder here because my one's broken. Just covered it up and I'm gonna throw it in like that. I've made holes for the handles and all the pockets, etc. Now it's ready to go back in the car. Getting it back into the car was a struggle. I ended up folding it like a taco again and pulling it in from the back seat once I got a bit of it in through the front door. Oh man, I had that thing bent like a taco again. It was so difficult to get into the car. It's here now. I don't think I damaged it too much, but I guess we'll find out. We'll see whether it's deformed or not. Now we're gonna pull off the door rubbers again. I can't believe it. After struggling to get this thing into the car, it's finally in. And look at how dumb it looks. Oh man. I have a few tips and tricks if you want to do this yourself to an AU. So the first thing is, have a friend to help you. Getting it in by myself without completely ruining it was near impossible, and I stuffed it up so many times. I've creased it, the fabric's come off. Tip number 2 is to use the door rubbers to actually help you hold it up. I found that if I put it in place and use the door rubbers to push it up, it made it a lot easier. I started out by trying to use the seatbelt pillar covers, and it was a pain because the second I'd move it, it would fall out from under and then I'd be screwed. Tip number 3, leave a little bit of excess material on the side and fold it up and then tuck it up on top. That way you don't get a sort of crappy finish like I've done. I really rushed this one because I don't really care because it's a drift car. Leave a little bit of that material and you should be sweet. Tip number 4, I thought that I could get away with just putting like an X or a slit through where things like the sun visor or the lights, etc. would go, but that is not the case. Cut it out properly with a Stanley knife, don't be lazy. Now, before I end off the video, I just want to give a little bit of an update on the white AU. It's been sitting in the driveway for about a month, collecting dirt. I haven't driven it on the road, obviously it's defected. Very, very soon we're gonna get stuck into that thing, so there's gonna be some pretty sick mods, not like this headliner, but there's gonna be some sick mods happening to this thing, preparing it for a special event that we're driving in December. I want to go over the car again, fix everything that's wrong with it, fix everything that's a little bit dodgy, make it look really nice, maybe put a livery. Should I put a livery on it? Comment below. And also fix up a couple of things to make it an even better drift car. Thank you all very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this silly mod to the Falcon. I will be doing a full blackout proper interior in the blue car. Just need to wait till I have a little bit more time. If you enjoyed, give us a like, subscribe, and peace out.